bitches. Oh, you bitches.
I'm SOBHHI.
I'm NHYN.
And you're watching
Hypebeast Arabia.
So I'm with my brother NHYN, frequent collaborator. What's up, man?
What's poppin'?
Part of NHYN, our label. And today we're here to talk about our new EP, Luxury Casual 2, and answer a few questions for Hypebeast Arabia. So I was in a piano class. I was around 6 or 7 years old. And there came a time we had to do a performance, like a recital. So the piano teacher had only taught us like 2 or 3 songs by that point in the year. So I was like, oh, well, all 25 people are going to play the same 2 or 3 songs. So I was like, fuck that.
I'm gonna create something new.
So I said, I'm going to make my own song. So I went home that day, wrote my own song, and I came back to the teacher and I was like, listen, I don't want to play the songs in your book. I want to play my song. And he was like, all right, wait till the class is over. I'll let you play it for me. So I played it for him. I was like pitching my song, just like A&Rs do. Like, listen, this shit slaps. He was like, all right, you can play it. It was a good moment where I got to embrace my individuality and stand out as somebody doing something different than the other people that were there. And I've been making music and embracing my individuality ever since.
I began my music journey in the church, also in family reunions. I played the piano as well when I was like 10 years old, but like I would say like seriously, like 17 years old, when I was hanging around my brother and his friends and, you know, watching them like create music. And myself, I'm very competitive, so I started to like, you know, compete with them. Like, yo, I can write better hooks and melodies. Yeah, for sure. Better hooks, better melodies, and everything better than you all.
It's like a sport.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel that. My inspiration comes from, not from other artists, but just from what kind of purpose music serves in my life. Is that there's a lot of times I want to say something to someone or I want my voice to be heard and nobody wants to hear me. So music became a way, kind of like an outlet for me to say what I want to say or put the feelings I have, bottle them up somewhere, and finally feel like I got relief from whatever I was going through. And then sometimes those people that I wanted to say it to, they come back around someday and sometimes they don't. But either way, I feel relief knowing that, you know, somebody heard me. Yeah.
I find my lyrical and musical inspiration from like all of my friends and, you know, real life scenarios. And also from Kanye West, Andre 3000, Jay-Z.
OGs.
Yeah, you know, like the OGs of the game.
Top guys in the game, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Who's your favorite?
It's pretty hard. Andre 3000 and Kanye are my favorites.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you were going to say Kenny.
I mean, like, yo, he definitely was like an influence because I sound like him a little bit, but like, you know.
You do, yeah. Message, I feel like I want people to take away is to feel like they can relate to somebody who's not perfect. You know, a lot of times in our music, we're like really honest about our weaknesses, our shortcomings, our imperfections.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, damn, like finally someone said that. I'm like that too. It can be interpreted as self-deprecation, but what it is really is just loving yourself, accepting yourself. Obviously improvement would be good, but step 1 improvement is self-awareness.
Living beyond the thing that you fear. And, you know, at least for myself, like when I speak about music, I'm all about like, you know, doing something that's very difficult and, you know, that I'm afraid of the most. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I want it to be about self-love. And that's the only way you can like love yourself is like facing that fear or that shame, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you get there. So, you know, as you can tell, it made me a little bit uncomfortable, but yeah.
Obviously, for me personally, as an Arab, yes. And I've had songs like Abu Dhabi and 4 AM in Riyadh where I put Arabic elements. In Abu Dhabi, I put tablas. In 4 AM in Riyadh, I put clips from old Egyptian movies. I definitely feel like pan-Arab sound and pan-Arab sonic aesthetic is something that's kind of underdeveloped and could be put more into R&B and hip-hop and whatever other genres we go into. But that aside, also you and I have some other similarities, which is that we were both from the South, right? I was born in the South, and NHYN was also born in the South, and that has a huge influence on how you grow up. And I think that's something we share in common. And also We both lived in Dubai for many years.
Yeah. So all of these things play a part in how we create music.
Right.
'Cause being from the South, you know, being from African descent, and also living in the United Arab Emirates,
Yeah.
you know, all of this shit plays of, you know, a very important.
It's a culture shock,
yeah,
I think, for
sure.
us, going from those two, the west to the
Yeah,
east.
the sound is crazy. You feel
Yeah.
me? And I lived in LA, and he's from, you know, he did some time in the Bay. You feel me?
Yeah, right. I did university in the Bay Area.
Feel me?
Yeah.
So, you know.
So shouts out Berkeley, UC Berkeley.
Shouts out SAE.
So yeah, I agree. I think a lot of times like that tape we made together, Pleasures,
Yeah.
that was us reflecting on a lot of our experiences in Dubai and a lot of the things we saw and some of the things that shocked us and made us think.
Yo, we got some big shit coming.
We do. Yeah.
Like, our next focus is Toronto. So we have, you know, some artists that we've been, you know, in the mix.
Shouts out Canada, man. Shouts out Toronto.
Canada, yeah, for sure, for sure. We've been in the mix cooking up a lot of things, you know, working with a lot of producers, songwriters, and artists as well.
The second half of 2021, near the end, we started to launch a series of listening parties for an upcoming album we have called Purple One. As we continued to do those parties, the numbers started to grow. I think we started in New York with like 400 or 500 people. Obviously, we couldn't let everyone in because of the COVID capacity rules, but we did as much as we could.
And it was also a tornado at the same time that we did.
Oh, yeah. It was a hurricane the day.
Hurricane, yeah.
The subways were flooded. And then by the time we got to Jeddah, there was about 2,000 plus people. We had to, unfortunately, turn away a lot of people, but you know, it was good whoever showed up, and it was really a great experience. That album has some surprises and is still unreleased, so that's something to look forward to, and it got a great reception in those parties. And I remember in Toronto, if you remember that night in Toronto, when we did it in Bisha Hotel.
Packed.
About 1 hour.
We couldn't even so some of the Drake's people came through, we couldn't even let them in. Like
we had to sneak them up through the stairs, yeah. That was a crazy night. I think about an hour into our party, they had to shut down the elevators because there was a line of people wrapped around the block, and the
DMs were going crazy.
DMs were going crazy, and security and COVID restrictions, and it was a mess. We'll definitely do something again soon in Toronto. I think we're looking at the Mod Club, probably do a show there.
That's the next thing.
The venue the weekend did his first show. Yeah, that's kind of what to look forward to from us. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. And thank you, Hypebeast Arabia, for having us. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. I'm SOBHHI.
I'm NHYN.
And you're watching Hypebeast Arabia. Let's get it.
Tell me, baby.